Drafting the Magic features the thoughts and opinions expressed by Christian Ilton, Eric Pessolano, and today's guest, and do not in any way reflect the views or opinions of the Walt Disney Company or any of its subsidiaries.
Everybody, Eric's still alive. He's alive. He made it through surgery. This is our first time recording since then. He's been alive since then. It's not like he just became alive, but he's finally able to do this, and so I'm so excited that you're good, Eric. I know we teased on the last episode. Oh, we'll just never do another episode if Eric dies, and then we didn't do an episode for like a month. And I just want to make sure everybody knows Eric's alive and well, and we're back to drafting the Magic, buddy.
Thank you, sir. It's good to be back. I'm still a little bit of pain, but we're almost there. We're almost there. Hopefully, I'm not in too much pain by the end of the show.
Oh yeah, well, we'll see how much we laugh at this. I am anticipating this to be the most ridiculous episode of Drafting the Magic because Eric, we are talking about the big news of the week that came out late last weekend.
Yep.
Early last weekend. Late last week, I don't remember. Regardless,
last weekend,
the Muppets are leaving Muppet Vision 3. There's no more Muppet Courtyard. They're going across the way at Hollywood Studios to take over Rock and Rollercoaster, which is a crazy concept. I saw the artwork. I was like, what is happening? Yeah. But it immediately made me think, we used to have the Muppets too. Could we have the Muppets back again? And then it sprung into this ridiculous concept. We're going to try to shoehorn the Muppets back in, Eric.
First of all, let me say I could not be more excited about the Muppets taking over Rock and Rollercoaster for one very big reason. First of all, I'm a huge Aerosmith fan. I love their music. I also know there's some friction there.
Just a wee. Just a
little bit. But now we're going to have a multitude of artists' music coming in here. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't even care what it is. Just give me options. Well, not options, but something different.
Variations. Yeah.
My hope amongst hope is every ride will have a different song.
That would be cool.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
My memory, which is not terribly great when we go back too far, I thought that's how the ride was originally with Aerosmith.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yeah, each ride was a different song, and then after however many years, they were like, just make it one. Yeah, they did one track with a mishmash and like a medley of their songs. So, get back to the original concept. Give me a bunch of different artists. I'm ready to go. But more importantly, let's mess up the DLR, huh?
I like your mention of the different artists though, because it also tells me that maybe they can bring new artists in and record new stuff and then implement it in as it goes too. So it's going to be a living, breathing attraction. And I guess just one more note on that. I understand the hatred about Muppet Vision 3D because it was Jim Henson's last work. I understand that. But for the Muppets, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened. The Muppets have an e-ticket attraction now. This is huge for the Muppets merchandise, for the French, I guess the IP, whatever the word. This is huge. What's more huge is what we're about to do to the Muppets here at the Disneyland Resort, because I want the Muppets back, Eric, and I don't care what I have to take out to make the Muppets. I'm kidding. I do care. This is all. I can't explain how many times in this episode I think I'm going to put the disclaimer of I just have to pick picks, folks. Don't get mad at me for making these picks. But I think I'm going to go pretty wild with this, and we'll see if people like it.
This is either going to be the worst thing we've ever done or the best thing we've ever done, and I don't know how much in between there is.
We'll see. Only you people decide, but make sure if you are deciding that you like and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you click that notification bell. Make sure you never miss another episode of Drafting the Magic, because you never know when we're going to release one at this point. So you want to make sure that you know when it's coming, and make sure you go on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. We don't have a Pinterest, but anywhere else. And make sure you like, subscribe on, I don't know, Apple Podcasts, leave a rate and review, do all the things. You know all the things because you listen to other podcasts that tell you to do all the things. Do all those things for our podcast too, because it really helps out the pod. We have a lot of fun with this, and We get really cool guest judges like the one we have today, who I think she's stoked for a Muppets conversation too. Joining us today for drafting the magic all the way from Canada, up north, it's Christy Caron joining us all the way from up north. Christy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Hey, we're doing good. Thank you so much for joining us for this crazy Muppet driven episode that we're about to have. We Eric and I have been chomping at the bit of this ever since they announced that Rock and Rollercoaster is going to be taken up by the, what are you, nuts, by the Muppets? We'll get there. But before we do that, Christy, tell us a little bit about you, and how your love for Disney comes even from all the way up north.
Yeah, so I actually grew up, my parents took me to Disneyland all the time. When I was younger, I actually performed there in the like magic, I can't remember what it's called, Magic Makers, or a couple times, once by Plaza Inn, once in front of It's a Small World. And I love Disney. And when I had kids, we just started going all the time and I became really obsessed. And so I just get there as often as I can. I actually started an Instagram account to try and become a Disney influencer in May. It's called Disney_Christy. That's where you can find me. I make funny reels. I do tips and tricks. And my goal is just to be able to justify all my Disney trips.
Oh, there we go. Isn't
Yep.
that everybody's goal?
Yeah.
Eric, isn't that the goal of everyone?
Yeah, we're all business people. We're all entrepreneurs around here. You got to do what you got to do. It's well within the law. Nobody's upset about it.
Oh my gosh, Eric, keeping it real. Well, today, Christy, we have a heck of a thing to draft up. Eric and I are going to be drafting up where we can shoehorn in the Muppets at the Disneyland Resort. So before we jump into it, do you have any memories of going to Muppet Vision 3D back when it was at the Disneyland Resort? Have you been to Walt Disney World? Are you outrageously unhappy about Rock and Roller Coaster? What are your thoughts on all of this?
So I love the little Muppet show at the Disneyland Resort right now. I make a point of going there every trip, especially if it's really hot. I haven't been to Disney World since I was 7, so not a lot of memories. But I feel like the East Coasters are like really sentimental and get upset about things. Like nobody really loved Dino Land, but now that they're getting rid of it, everyone is crushed. So I think it's more of like, we want progress. Walt did not want a stagnant park that always stayed the same. So I think we just need to roll with it.
Eric, are you just reeling in this right now?
Finally, somebody said it. Thank you, Christy. Walt would never. I don't know that Dino Land would have made it as long as it did if he were still here.
No chance.
Look, and you're absolutely right. I mean, I think I said on a post on X the other day where I had said, everybody remember Maelstrom? No, most of you don't because you didn't care about it. And then when it went away, everyone was like, "Oh, you can't get rid of that." Look, you never went on it. So here we are again.
Yep. Holy smokes. Well, I'm excited for this episode. I did look, I have the first pick, so I am stoked for that, Eric. But before we get to the picks, why don't you run down the rules? This rule, the number one rule, no matter what, is we always have to have experienced it. Eric and I have experienced most of the attractions at the Disneyland Resort, but this is about attractions we haven't experienced because we're dreaming here. So, Eric, I don't know how you want to take this.
Yeah, this is the second time we've kind of done a blue sky concept, so this one will be fun. All right, here are the rules, everyone. The first one is, if you're going to put the Muppets in the Disneyland Resort somewhere, we have to pick at least one water-based attraction to do so. Now, remember, we're not necessarily adding in the Muppets to the park. We are shoehorning it in, as Christian likes to say. So it has to go somewhere that already exists. We're not expanding. So no Disneyland forward for you, Christian.
Nope. This has got to be that we've got to be put into somewhere that's already existing, which is the. That being said, just because we pick certain attractions here, that doesn't mean we want to see it change. We're just going with what it could be. Like nobody wants, I don't know, Haunted Mansion or Incredicoaster or whatever to change. But our job here is to change one of them. So we're just going to do it. Okay. So don't get angry.
Oh, that's
I got it.
That's the zaniness of the Muppets, though. This is going to be completely off the rails.
Or get angry in the comment section. Let's have it. Scream at me. See if I care. Anyway,
that's fine too. So, all right, one water-based attraction. That's
we're not even through the first.
Yeah, we're not. That's only the first rule. The second rule is one has to be a coaster, so you have to change a coaster up. And number 3, it has to be a dark ride, which, for the purposes of this episode, has 2 meanings, Christian.
Yes. So not only could it just be like the traditional dark ride of Disney, but a ride at night, which could be so much better. And certainly there are rides that are so much better. Speaking as someone who just went on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I haven't seen it in the daytime, but the lighting at night was unbelievable. So there are aspects of these attractions that are better at night. Some of them are better during the day. Or some of them, like I said on a previous episode, Sunset Radiator Springs, it's a perfect time to go on it. But anyway, we'll get to that when we get to it. Erik, I am so stoked for this episode. Oh my gosh.
I can confirm what Christian said about Tiana's. Christy, I got so many text messages after he went on it. And I got videos, pictures. Yeah.
I have not watched a single spoiler.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do my best until I make it back there.
Spoiler alert, it's still Splash Mountain at the end. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but it's rare.
No, it is. And the way that I described it, as we take a huge tangent here, the way I described it to Erik, it's the same exact attraction. Nothing is, and it's the same water flume, everything. But the lighting is amazing. The animatronics are phenomenal. And even if, all of the crazy chaos of Splash Mountain aside, even if they had just updated the attraction to be the exact same content, the exact same story, but these animatronics, these lighting, it's unbelievable. Seeing that stuff in person was unreal. So I think they did a great job. So yes, but again, very different at night. I don't know if I'm going to like it during the day. We'll have to see. I will say it was freezing cold the night I went on it. So
yeah, I was going to say you will like it next summer. You're bored during
yes, sir. Holy smokes! All right, Erik. Oh, there's one other big rule here. You can't put it in the Sunset Showcase Theater. You can't go back. Even though, dare I say it, Muppets would have still been there if Muppets had the marquee that Mickey's PhilharMagic got. It is unbelievable that there's an entrance on Hollywood Boulevard for Mickey's PhilharMagic, which wasn't even designed for that theater, but the Muppet Vision, the whole theater was built for. Okay.
But Christian worked at DCA.
Yeah, I did. Anyway, yeah, I did. Okay. Anyway, are those all the rules? Can we start doing this? Because I'm already.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I think those are all the rules.
All right. Well, then let's jump into it. This is Drafting the Magic, episode 47. I think. Yes, episode 47, and we are drafting up, bringing the Muppets back to the Disneyland Resort. Christy is our guest judge, and I get the first pick. And I am going to the first thing I thought about when it came to this draft. Give me the Muppets of the Caribbean at the Disneyland park. Give me everything. I want Kermit as the captain of a ship. I want Gonzo swinging a sword, not knowing what he's doing. Whatever it might be, you can replace all the animatronics in there with Muppets. It would be the greatest voyage on the planet. Erik, I can't explain how much I like this idea.
Oh, you crazy. But that's the name of the game here today.
Well, the Muppets are crazy, so here we are. Christy, what do you think of the Muppets taking over Pirates of the Caribbean?
Sounds hilarious. Like yo-ho, a Muppet's life for me. Yes. I can't wait, right? Yes. Like it would be hilarious.
It would be nuts.
Great. Great pick. Great first pick. Starting off strong.
I need to come back to the point of I don't actually want to see this happen. All right.
No.
That's not I'm not telling pirates to change, folks. I promise. Don't hate me. I'm just giving blue sky ideas of where we could shoehorn in the Muppets. I feel like I have to make that disclaimer after every pick.
Now, is this your water ride?
This is a water ride. Now, granted, I might still go to the water again because we have 5 picks and we have some wild cards, but this is my water ride right out the gate, Erik.
Yeah, that certainly is a water ride. I'm still trying to in my head, all these ideas start popping up about what on earth this could look like, and I can't even straighten my thoughts out just because I'm thinking of how crazy it could be.
Oh, it'd be so
cannon fight
so good.
With the Muppets?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I would die, dude.
But like they would have to like shoot chickens at each other, right?
Well, yeah.
Isn't that one of their gags?
Absolutely. Give that to me any day of the week. Now, granted, this also like totally destroys any theming of a land. And there's going to be some of these that come up like, okay, it might not be Pixar Pier anymore. It might not be Cars Land anymore, but oh my gosh, I love it. Anyway, Eric, that is my first pick. Give me Muppets of the Caribbean. I am torn because I've just destroyed Pirates of the Caribbean, but give me Muppets. Come
Yeah, boy, you're coming in hot with that first
yes,
pick
sir.
there.
Yes, sir.
All right, my first pick, I went a little more practical and something
Oh,
that I could
oh.
actually see them doing.
Okay.
I, when I say that, I don't mean I don't think they're going to do it. I just say I could see them doing this. This is an attraction that kind of has to do with water. It has a complementary attraction that has to do with water. And you literally went along the same lines I was thinking, but why not do Muppets Treasure Island? We have an
Oh my
island in the
gosh.
middle of the rivers, and then you can do the raft, right, to get to Tom
Stupid.
Sawyer Island, or
Stupid.
what would now be Muppets Treasure Island.
Stupid. I love it.
And then you have Fozzie doing the voiceover on the raft, the safety spiel or whatever is about to
Yes.
happen when you get over there, and then you could do, like a treasure hunt on the island, and maybe you win like what do they do? Stickers a lot of the time nowadays when they give away things.
Oh.
Do a scavenger hunt.
How great would it be for Florida to hate our Tom Sawyers even more because now we have a Muppets Island? I would love it.
Yeah, so
be Muppets on the island?
Has to be, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Animatronics, character meet and greets.
Oh yeah, all the above.
Oh, that would be really great for character meet and greets.
I would love that. Oh my gosh.
Throw it all in there.
Yeah.
Have somebody hiding around a corner in a cave. I don't know. Do whatever you want.
I love it so much. Holy smokes. Okay, that is a fantastic idea. What do you think of this? Because this is a good spot.
I think it's super practical, and it's like you could it's not going to upset anything. You could just plop them in there, do a little, and I think the character meet and greets, the scavenger hunt, put it on the Disney app. I think it makes total sense.
Oh my gosh.
Considering recent announcements, I mean, if they ever decided to do it, everyone would just be like, well, at least they're not getting rid of the river.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. At least we're not in Florida. Sorry, everybody. Anyway. All right. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that concept. So Eric takes what is it? Muppet Treasure Island?
Yeah.
I love it. I love
Name it straight up after the movie.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so Eric's going the route of not pissing people off, at least at this point. I am going the other route. I am trying to piss everyone off. But that's what I do, and that's why you all hate me. And that's why I get so many mean DMs. Anyway, so I am going to go over to Disney California Adventure now in my round 2. And I am taking an attraction. I'm completely theming it around our boy Fozzie. Fozzie Bear, one of my favorites. Give me Fozzie's Midway Mania here in round 2. I want Fozzie to take over Toy Story Mania. There'd just be pies thrown everywhere, and he's like, Waka Waka! Every 3 seconds, give it to me. I don't care. I love Toy Story Midway Mania so much, and I love Fozzie, so that is a collaboration for me, and it wouldn't be too difficult because you just have to reanimate things. Yeah, there's set pieces that have to be changed, but this is one where like it wouldn't be too difficult to just change the concept of the attraction. So Eric, like I said, completely destroying Pixar Pier here. I am taking Fozzie's Midway Mania here.
Okay.
Rip it down.
I feel like you just thought that there wasn't enough pies on Toy Story.
100%, 100%. Not
you
enough.
Just wanted more.
Just in
pies.
that first scene when you're throwing them at the no, yeah. I want pie everywhere. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Christy, what do you think of Fozzie taking over Toy Story Mania?
I think it would be hilarious. I think it would be a great retheme. There's like you said, it wouldn't be that hard to do. I can definitely see the merit in it. I still think Pirates would be funnier.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
But this would be good. And the pies, and you could shoot chickens and random Muppet things. You could have you could even shoot other Muppets at some point.
2 of my picks in the first 2 rounds were shooting chickens. I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Eric, what do you think? Could this concept work ever? Like, do you think it could work?
Oh no, it could work.
Okay, thank you.
Not there, but it could
It's never
work.
gonna happen, but
Right. Yeah. But I
Such
think
a
it is certainly more practical than Pirates. And I know Christy said that it's not as funny, which is true. That's why it's a number two
yeah.
pick. That's why he didn't take it number one. But nah, yeah, it could work.
It could work. I'm just saying.
He said with cautious optimism.
Uh-huh. Does Toy Story Midway Mania count as a dark ride?
Yeah.
I mean,
All right,
Pirates
cool.
kind of does too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
right.
cool. Then I've done the dark ride and the water ride. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Let's go. Eric,
Well,
you're going.
I'm glad you did that because I'm going with my coaster at number two.
All right.
Because if you thought we were going off the wall before, how about we go off the wall here? Or, well, yeah, you literally could go off the wall because it is inside. It is a dark ride coaster.
Oh my
How about
gosh.
you
Yes.
do it here. It's Muppets from space. Stick them in Space Mountain. I don't care how you do it. Figure it out. Maybe something on the dashboard, right? Or like instead of Ghost Galaxy now we have Muppets from space somehow with all those projections in there.
Like
And again,
I love it.
Yes.
Like little spacesuits.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. One of them, somehow loses control and gets tossed off the planet, right? That they can project up there, and then they just start tumbling. Almost kind of like the Winnie the Pooh effect in the many adventures over there, where it
you know how Mater flies over the moon.
Yeah. Now
like
we're talking.
I'm just picturing those space helmets, like the metal ones, that look like a fishbowl.
Yeah, like the one that Mickey wore when Tomorrowland opened.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was.
Throw that into space. That's my coaster. It could count as a dark ride also, but I'll just put it in the coaster category for now.
I love it. I had Space Mountain somewhere on my list as well. Well, and it's not hard, right? Because they already do overlays. They already do Star Wars. They already do. Well, they don't really do Ghost Galaxy anymore, which for all of us that worked in Tomorrowland is a blessing because that thing was a screaming, shrieking. You could hear it all the way from downtown Anaheim. So anyway, that's my gripe against Ghost Galaxy, but not an incredibly difficult concept to do here. Space Mountain doesn't necessarily need a little living up, but Tomorrowland certainly does. So put the Muppets in Tomorrowland. Absolutely, Eric. I love it. Christy, what do you think? Is this your favorite concept of all time for Space Mountain?
Yeah, I think it would be hilarious. And I like adding like comedy to the sort of scary rides because then you can be like, no, children, it's a Muppets ride. How bad could it be?
Oh my gosh.
I know the funniest thing about Space Mountain is when, the little kids are like, I don't know, it's too fast. You're like, yeah, mom and dad drove twice as fast to get here, so you don't even know.
Sometimes, hopefully not in a school zone. Anyway,
it feels really fast, but it's not.
Yeah,
35, right?
Yeah, it's like 35 miles an hour.
It tops out at 35.
Nothing. Nothing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that is our round. What is that? Round two? Round two?
Yes.
Yeah, that was round two. Perfect. So I get my round three pick, and I've actually been pretty excited about this because this is centered around my favorite Muppet. Everybody's like, oh, Kermit or Miss Piggy.
You said Fozzie was your favorite.
Did I say he was my favorite? Oh, well, he's my second favorite because I forgot about this guy. This guy is absolutely my favorite Muppet. Give me Pepe the Prawn controlling Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. It's Pepe's Mission Breakout. He's like, okay, listen, we're going up and down, okay? All the way up and down. He is my favorite. I laugh so incredibly hard whenever he's on screen. So give me Pepe's Mission Breakout here in Disney California Adventure. Just give me everything.
Saving? Like, what's the storyline?
He can save whoever he wants. He can save nothing. I wouldn't care. I don't care if it's just to mess around. Give me Pepe. But okay, let's go. Pepe is saving. Well, you'd have to throw Kermit and Miss Piggy in there, otherwise they don't qualify it as a Muppets ride. Give me what was that? Scooter. Give me Scooter in there because he's probably terrified. Throw a couple other in there. And and let's make it a Monsters After Dark thing where he's trying to save them all from things that are eating people. And oh my gosh, I love Scooter. Or I love Pepe so much. I would die hysterically. I mean, Rocket's dialogue on Monsters or on Mission Breakout is funny. And if you ever get a chance to be in the elevator without screaming people, you will laugh your heart out. I feel like Pepe would be the exact same way, Eric.
The only thing I'm thinking about in my head is us sitting in a pitch meeting, giving these ideas to the Imagineers, and then you know that meme where they throw the guy out the window? That would be us.
So you don't like it. Got it.
You and I love it.
Oh yeah, well, absolutely.
Christy loves it.
You know what? Like my husband's French Canadian, so I'm a sucker for a French accent.
Yep.
And Guardians is like one of my second favorite rides. I have like a very strong first favorite and then like a collection of my next favorites. So, it would be good. It would be hilarious. I think we need to like work on the storyline, like maybe Miss Piggy and Kermit are out for a date and, something goes wrong or whatever, but it would be hilarious.
I like it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
In which case, Eric takes Runaway Railway. No. Now I got to figure out what her favorite ride is. All right, round 3 now.
Or maybe you don't want to change your favorite ride. Otherwise,
or maybe I don't want to touch
the not gonna lie, the puppets inserted in this ride could be like epically hilarious.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to dig at that for maybe pick 4 and 5 because I need time to think because I already have an idea here for number 3 that I wanted to go with. Now, I'm gonna, let's see. Where do I want to put this? This particular concept can really go into a multitude of places. But the way this works out, I would like to put this attraction right next to or under Space Mountain, as it were. I'm going with a show here, Christian.
Ooh. In the Magic Eye Theater?
In the Magic Eye Theater.
Are we replacing the old Michael Jackson?
What was that? I'm sorry.
You remember when in Tomorrowland there was that Michael Jackson?
Oh, that's what you said. Yeah,
Captain EO was
Captain EO.
Fight Me Online. That was the worst show. Anyway.
No, it was great. You're young. You don't get it. I would like to see, how they have Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor over in Magic Kingdom in Florida.
Yeah.
I like the concept with the jokes and the roasting. It's got to be Statler and Waldorf.
Oh my gosh.
I want them to have their own half-hour comedy, stand-up, roast, whatever show. And by stand-up, I mean on a balcony sitting down. But like that's the focus, right? And them just giving it to everybody for 30 minutes. That's what I'm taking at number 3 because first of all, I hope that comes to fruition somewhere at some point in real life. But since we're shoehorning this in ridiculous places, I want it in Tomorrowland in that theater, and give me some 4D effects with it too.
Yep. Look at that guy in the goofy mask. That's not a mask. Oh, sorry, lady. It was the best part of Muppet Vision 3D. I mean, it was the best line of everything. Christy, what do you think of this? The Muppets continuing to take over Tomorrowland.
I think it's a great idea. I love it. It would kind of be like a more grown-up turtle talk, like a great place to create.
Yes.
You're laughing. It's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, yes, a live voice actor or 2 voice actors, just like Turtle. Exactly.
I love that.
I love that
so much.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my gosh. All right. So we're already in round 4 now. Yeah. We're rolling right along here, and I need to take a roller coaster still. So I'm going to take a roller coaster and give me Animals because I love Animal. He's going to be my second. Sorry, Fozzie. You got bounced a third.
My God.
Animals, Muppet Thunder Mountain, animals controlling the train, and it is going nuts. You maybe have, I don't know who replaces the goat. Maybe you have one of the main characters. Maybe you just have one of those chickens that's up there instead. But give me Animals' crazy chaos of a runaway train. The storyline in this is Animal got a control of a train. That's all it is. And it's going nuts through the wild, wild west. I love this concept so much. Give me Animal taking over Big Thunder Mountain, Eric.
So when we're going through the dynamite, is it dynamite or are there going to be chicken feathers blasting everywhere?
Oh my gosh. The amount of cruelty to chickens I have inspired on this show is unbelievable, but I love it. It's just,
my gosh. I think the goat might be Dr. Teeth. I think that would be,
yeah.
He's kind of the ringleader, kind of.
Yep. Oh my gosh, I
Not
love
in control at all, but the ringleader.
No. Oh, I love that.
And you know what? I mean, you're kind of going to get something like that with Rock and Roller Coaster, kinda.
It's
in a roundabout way.
It's gonna be something. It's such an odd concept, but I love it. We're gonna love it. Yay, we love Disney. Do everything right. Ching. Anyway, Christy, what do you think of this concept of animal taking over the show?
I like it. I do. I think it could be very, very funny. I think you're gonna get a lot of nasty comments because Big Thunder is perfect as it is. But it's got merit. I can definitely see the thought process.
Again, people, we're just creating concepts here. I'm not saying they need to take out everything. We're spitballing with the news of the week, so calm yourselves.
We're gonna get it anyway. All right, my round 4, huh? Okay, here we go. We're getting ridiculous now.
Well,
now we've been ridiculous.
It's the Muppets. Everything's ridiculous.
It is the Muppets. It's all zany and all that. I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
I look. You and I mentioned this briefly, that when I originally thought about this draft, I was like, oh, maybe we'll do practical things, but I never really said that out loud to you.
No.
And then you went with this pick and I was like, oh, okay, we're going nuts. So let's get nuts.
Do it. Do it.
Get Nightmare Before Christmas all the way out of here.
Oh.
Muppet Christmas Carol layover, Haunted Mansion.
Let's go.
Look, it'll slide right in there nicely. You don't have to change too much. I know, again, it sounds a little practical, but it's also completely ridiculous because they would never do it. But I mean, think about it.
Madame Leota.
Yes. Yes. With and then with all the ghosts and everything. Come on, slide it right. I mean, do you have to make the entire ride after just that one, part of the movie where you're just showing the ghosts over and over again? Whatever. I don't care. Do it.
Okay. No, I want that. That's a good one.
That's so good. That's so good. I mean, they've done Muppet Haunted Mansion, so like it wouldn't be an easy transition over. Just do the whole thing all the time. There, I said it. That made people angry.
Right, and then you go Christmas Carol during the holidays.
Yes,
so the overall concept of the Haunted Mansion still remains.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I think that would be such a good winner.
I know we got to send the link to this podcast to Bob. We really.
Oh yeah. I'm sure Chapek. I mean, Iger would love that.
Nope. The thoughts and opinions expressed by Christian Elton.
Oh boy, it's been a while since I got that. All right, cool. Christy, what do you think of this Haunted Mansion going to the Muppets?
I think I would pee my pants. It would be hilarious. I have a picture of Miss Piggy's head as Madame Leota, and I'm just like, I can't get over that. It would be amazing. Like, so funny. The dining table, just watching them have like a dinner.
Yeah.
With it, we've got the Pepe with
yes.
It would be so good.
Pass me the ham, okay?
Christian, the dueling paintings could have 2 cannons shooting chickens at each other.
Oh my gosh. Good. I'm not the only one with the horrible animal cruelty.
Fake chickens.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah. Definitely not real ones. That'd be bad.
That would be awful.
Oh, I just think of poor maintenance.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but oh my gosh, the Pepper's ghost effect, but the Muppets, like, unbelievable.
Who would be the Hatbox Ghost?
Who would be the Hatbox Ghost? I feel like you could do Gonzo. I feel like
that's what I was thinking. The exact same thing. Yeah, we're on the same page there.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love that pick so much. Christy, what do you think of this? Is this just perfect?
Yeah, I think it really should happen.
Awesome. I love it.
I'm actually like, you know how they do Pixar Fest? What if they did like
Muppets
a Muppet Fest and just threw some overlays on the rides where it wasn't too hard to do?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they would get like an uptick of East Coasters coming to Disneyland.
We need it. We're having withdrawals.
Exactly.
Disney, just invite us to the table. All right. We won't even charge you. Just invite us to the table to talk about these things.
That's all we're asking for. I'm already in the building. This might get me thrown out. This might get me thrown out of the building.
Right.
Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay, so round 5. We're already in the final round, and I am bummed because there are a number of things that I want to take here, but I can't. And we'll get to the honorable mentions because there's some good ones here. But I am going to. Eric already did one based off of Statler and Waldorf, so I am going to set my soaring around the world and just Statler and Waldorf are complaining about the Eiffel Tower and stuff aside. But boy, is that a good concept. But I know they're fixing it. They fixed it in Epcot, whatever. Like, but why is it learning? Anyway, I'm gonna set that one aside.
Can you smell that?
That elephant doesn't even look real. Anyway, that's not the Taj Mahal. Oh my gosh. Anyway, you wouldn't have to change anything. You just need to add their voices in.
Yeah, it would just be their voice. The video would stay the same. It's just their voices over the top. Oh my
gosh.
But maybe the pre-video. Who's doing the pre-video? Are they doing the pre-video? Kermit?
Is Patrick still there?
I would say no. Patrick introduces them.
Oh yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Or they like somehow interrupt him and like they all do.
Who is this guy?
You idiot! You recorded this 20 years ago. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm not doing that, but I wanted to make sure the internet had that concept out there, so I had to say it. I'm going to base an attraction off of Gonzo here in round 5. But which one do I do? Because I have 2 options. One of them is more of a thrill attraction. One of them would make the theme park better. And so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go with the one. I could go a thrill attraction here, but I'm giving Gonzo. Remember in the Muppet movie where he was obsessed with water and like, the great Gonzo and his next thing. The next thing is he is going to be diving and we have to go find him on the submarine voyage. Give me Gonzo's submarine voyage here. Kermit's in control of the submarine, and we're trying to go find Gonzo doing stupid things underwater. This is the only one I have that would actually make the park better because Nemo doesn't belong there. Nemo belongs in Pixar Pier. Get him out, even though I've already killed Pixar Pier with Toy Story Mania. That's where I'm going. Give me Gonzo's submarine voyage. If we're not getting rid of it, we might as well retheme it again. There, I said it, Eric.
Two things here. One, we killed Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland no longer exists.
Autopia's still there. They can drive their own cars.
I'm picturing sitting in the submarine and seeing Kermit's legs. The navigator. Yeah. That's the first thing I thought of.
Oh my gosh. Submarine voyage needs help or it needs to be gone. But if you're not going to get rid of it, retheme it again. Because it had hype, and then it'll get more hype, and then it'll die again, and then we'll retheme it to something else.
Are we doing something about this smell and like the air circulation?
Oh, that's where Waldorf and Statler just complain.
I don't even fit in there anymore.
I know.
So I don't even.
Eric's too tall for the subs. Yeah. But I needed a crazy concept here in round 5, and I'm going for a crazy concept that would make the park better. None of the other ones might fall under that list, and maybe this one doesn't either, because the only thing that'll make this park better is if you get rid of the submarines. But until then, Christy, give me the Muppets taking over the subs, because Nemo did it and it was successful, but now it's died out. We need a new retheme.
It might get me back on the subs.
Once.
It might once. Just once.
It might once.
With like motion sickness patches and a serious peppermint.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think it would be good. It would be fun.
It would so much.
It would bring me back on the subs just
yes.
Maybe twice.
Yes.
Depends how good it is.
And if that's not making the park better, if that's bringing people back, I think we've won here. So I'm just saying, Disney, call me.
Just like in Space Mountain, I love the like fishbowl headpieces. On like Muppets,
And you've got all those. You've got all those projectors down there, so you could do some really cool animation. Like and then you can put animatronics in. I think it'd be kind of fun. I'll tell you guys my other thought after Eric takes his last pick, but there's one other thought that I had that probably is better than this, but I wanted to take this one because this was like, we can make this better. So anyway, Eric, your round 5 pick. You okay over there, bud?
Yeah, because I had some ideas and I went, nope, I'm changing this. I am changing this like nobody's business. I was gonna go to DCA, and then I
Oh,
decided, nope, I'm keeping all 5 of my picks in Disneyland.
wow.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. Because imagine you turn the corner and out of nowhere. Now I know you've done these characters already, but I've been thinking about this for the
Mm-hmm.
last couple rounds,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't care.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
doing
go
it
for it.
anyway. But if you turn the corner on your bobsled and you hear waka waka waka, and then you enter the cave the second time, and then animals just wailing on his drums out of nowhere. I look, you could there's just a multitude of characters you could do with the Matterhorn here
Yep.
with all those
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
Oh,
Muppets Matterhorn #5. Let's get this
the
thing going.
Muppets
We
Matterhorn.
we need an invite at the table. You're right. I changed my mind.
This is so good. Oh my gosh. The Muppets Matterhorn, Christy. What do you think?
I think it hasn't had a retheme ever. Now,
Ever.
are we
Same theme.
do we get yodeling Muppets?
Sure.
Please.
Whatever you want, it's going on the docket to submit.
Right? Like in little lederhosens?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
We can
Maybe
put
with the
some
braids?
and we can put animatronics on the outside of the mountain itself, climbing up, right?
Yep. Yep.
I mean, real
Take
people used
my
to climb
money.
up there.
Yeah.
Take my money. I would pay a thousand times to
I
see
think
this.
it would be great. It would be really great.
Oh my gosh.
Christian said lightning lane single pass every time.
Give me it all. Give me it all. You want me to buy Lightning Lane? Put the Muppets in. Let's
Put the
go.
Muppets in the Matterhorn.
I'll be there. That's the only way you'll ever get me to buy Lightning Lane. So dumb and stupid, and I
The
get it. It's
Premier
business.
Pass or the regular one?
Give me the premium. I'll go $400 a day. Go on every single. If you were themed every single attraction of the Muppets, I'd give you $400 a day. There, I'd do it.
Did you just give them their idea for a third gate out here?
Can you imagine? That's the third gate we get is Muppets Land.
But it's like it's all Disneyland and DCA attractions just rethemed with the
copied
Muppets.
and rethemed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love this. What a terrible way that would go. Anyway, oh my gosh, this has been a great draft. So Eric, how about you? Actually, before we do that, Christy, are there any attractions that you think we should have hit here, but we
Absolutely.
Oh,
You guys
she said, yeah.
Muppets Jungle Cruise.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the
great.
Jungle Cruise.
Like,
That'd be so good.
All the dad jokes, those like silly puns. So that's my favorite ride.
Okay. There you go. That's a great favorite ride to have.
I know all the jokes.
Also, I've never gotten a retheme.
No,
it's still just been the jungle the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep. I know. And in Florida, they do it up for Christmas. I'm like, can we just do it for Christmas too, please?
And we did, and then they stopped doing it, and it was.
I think it has you could have some of the Muppets jumping out of the bushes. You could have the Muppets taking over the voice, so maybe the skippers would be how you could, because the skippers are really what make the Jungle Cruise. Mm-hmm. But I think you put Kermit beside the skipper maybe, or his feet just hang over and he's like, I go skippering. I don't know. I think that was a lost one that you guys
give us the Muppets Jungle Cruise. That would be sick. I didn't even think about it, but I love that concept.
My mind is racing with so many other attractions.
I know. Oh, there's so many. My immediate thought, and I probably shouldn't say this before the judgment because I'm going to get judged for not taking it. But Gonzo's Indiana Jones Adventure, Gonzo's driving you could go nuts with it. There's so many things. The Muppets, look, folks, the Muppets belong in the Disney parks. And I think there should be a Muppets thing in California. I know that probably won't because. Again, Muppet Vision was back in the corner. Nobody went over there. If it had that marquee that Mickey's PhilharMagic did, I think you would get more guests if you had an entrance on. Anyway, there's a lot of things. But, I mean, I love the fact that the Muppets are staying. I don't necessarily know if I love Rock and Roller Coaster yet with the Muppets in Florida, but I love that the Muppets are staying. The Muppets are a staple in entertainment. I know Eric's like, oh yeah, just move on. If nobody likes it, move on. But I don't know. I think they deserve a spot, and I think they deserve all the spots we mentioned today. Which Eric, if you want, you can run down the list. Remind both Christy and everybody at home what we took before we get to the major judgment of this show, and we'll see whose list she loves more.
All right, here we go. Christian led things off. He had the first pick today. He went Muppets of the Caribbean at number 1.
Please.
Fozzie's Midway Mania at number 2. Pepe's Mission Breakout at number 3. Animals Thunder Mountain at number 4. And Gonzo's Submarine Voyage at number 5. What did I just read? Okay. And then I had the second pick today. I went Muppet Treasure Island to stick it in the middle of the rivers of America at Disneyland. I stayed in Disneyland the whole time. Muppets from Space to take over Space Mountain. Statler and Waldorf at the Magic Eye Theater right underneath. Muppet Christmas Carol Mansion for a layover, but sure, why not just do Muppets Haunted Mansion year round? And then Muppets Matterhorn at number 5. And with all those picks being read, we turn it over to Christy. Christy, who won this episode of Drafting the Magic? If
it is so
consider a winner a winner.
So they're pretty equal. And as much as like I feel like Eric had more good ideas, I'm gonna give it to Christian.
Hey,
Muppets of the Caribbean.
Give it to me.
It just like I still can't get over that one.
Oh
like,
my gosh, can you imagine? Oh my
gosh. You won it right out of the gate. It was just really hard. That one was like a 10 out of 10.
Oh I'm clipping when she just said Eric had some really good ideas, and I'm using that to circulate on social media from now on.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I really love the roasting, 30-minute live action one. That was like that one, and Holiday like almost took it, but just Muppets of the Caribbean. it has so much potential.
The hats and the fake beards on the characters. I think we'd have to do that.
1000%. Yo ho, a Muppet's life for me. That's my favorite clip of the entire episode. Christy, you have been absolutely phenomenal as a guest judge. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Before you leave, remind everybody where they can find you and all the cool stuff that you're throwing out there on Instagram, and if there's a TikTok and everything else.
I haven't hit TikTok yet.
Neither. We're working on ours. We're getting
just
there.
But I am at Disney_Christy. It's Kristie on Instagram. I put out hilarious reels every day with some tips and tricks and whatever. I am a Disneyland planner, so I will help you with everything from your outfits to what hotels and transportation. That is I have a super unique skill set, especially in the outfit planning. Like Disney bounding is my jam. So yeah, I've got that. I'm working on some other little products and freebies and guides and everything. So I'm pretty new at this whole influencer thing. But I'm doing my best.
Now, first of all, that's incredibly unique. We've had several, travel planners on the show being guest judges. I don't think any one of them mentioned that they do outfits.
Yeah,
that's a selling point.
It's my jam, guys. I love a Disney bound. It is when I go to the parks, people stop me and they're like, I love your outfit. I love your outfit. My kids are super into it. Like this last time we went, my oldest and I spent 4 hours on the computer ordering outfits and theming for everyone. And so it's a very unique skill set, but I have it.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
It's fantastic.
I love it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us. And we hope you had as much fun with the Muppets as we did today. And we will see you next time, Christy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Christy. All right. Well done. Muppets of the Caribbean.
What just happened?
Just push you right over the top there. That was insane. Look, the whole show, I'm just sitting here what other dumb thing can I do?
And there's more dumb things that I've thought about since.
Yeah.
There's so many more dumb things that I'm not going to tell everybody all my thoughts, but I'm just saying Small World could use some Muppets. That's all I'm going to say.
I was thinking, because I started off thinking more practical until you went berserk. I was thinking Muppets Take Manhattan could be where Monsters Inc. is. I had an idea for a show at Hyperion. I really went and pushed back into the movies right? All the titles there for overlays or rethemes
Oh yeah.
or what have you. But you're right. There's so many possibilities. I mean, our resort, Disneyland Park specifically, has the most attractions in it. So there's so many things we could have done.
I mean, great moments with Mr. Gonzo. Like, I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I'm just.
You had said
I love the Jungle Cruise thought, by the way. That was a good
yeah,
one.
no, that is a really good one. You
Yeah.
had said Gonzo at Indy, and my thought was
Gonzo and Indy.
I had Kermit
Kermit
Jones
at Indy.
and the Temple of the Infected Eye or something like that. To be
Tiki room, but it's all just, oh my gosh. Anyway, it's all chickens.
It would be the chickens. Yeah, it would be all chickens.
Oh my gosh. This was a good one though. I honestly, Christy was great. This was a lot of fun. And it brings the thoughts of, can we ever bring the Muppets back to the Disneyland Resort? Obviously, I don't think any of our picks are going to be what they end up doing. But it is the Muppets is a great IP, and we talk about it. Muppet Vision 3D was not getting the numbers that it needed out in Florida, and so that's why it needs to, at some point. And honestly, putting Monsters Inc. in the back corner gives people a reason to go to the back corner of the park. And I know Star Wars was there, but it was so weird. Like their Star Wars layout is just such a
well. I mean, Hollywood Studios is just a foot traffic disaster. I mean, there's 4 dead ends in that place, and it's like, where do you want to? If you're looking at the map, and if you don't have reservations at Mama Melrose, and you don't want to go to Pizza Rizzo because you don't need to eat, and you say, well, what's over there? And it's like Muppet Vision 3D, and I don't want to be that guy, but nowadays you hear 3D, you're probably not going to go do
3D
it.
used to be a big deal. It's not anymore.
It's not anymore, right? So, I mean, you look at like Philhar Magic, it doesn't say 3D, is 3D, but nobody really knows that.
And the show still sucks. So,
knock it off.
At least the one here sucks. It sucks here. That's what I'm.
And it's because they did what your favorite term, because they shoehorned it in here, and they put the old reel into a newer theater. It doesn't work. But yeah, you look at again, going back to Hollywood Studios, I'm not going to go back into that corner if there's nothing to do.
Nope.
And we were there's a giant retail store in there that isn't even open anymore.
Yeah, hasn't opened since the pandemic.
Literally no reason to go back there except to eat and maybe watch that show, and that's why it was getting killed. And you look at the other end of the park, the only reason that the Sunset Showcase Theater gets any foot traffic is because Rock and Rollercoaster is back there. And let's hope against hope that maybe that villain show that's on its way we know it's going to be temporary, because it's really a hype video. It's going to be a hype video for Villains Land.
Oh, 100%.
Not directly, but just to get people in there. But once that's gone, Muppet Vision 3D can go right in there. They can make it work. And then you have Rockin', and then it's like, all right, you have like a mini Muppets thing going on with the Tower of Terror looming in the background, which, don't get me started. We could do a whole nother podcast on this. I'm very worried right now about Tower of Terror. But
so is Ariana Grande, apparently. So
I saw that, and my first thought was like, what are you doing? Stop putting that into the ether. But she's not terribly wrong. And there's a bunch of reasons for that, but anyway, back to Muppets. It needs a reboot. Like you said, making it an e-ticket is a massive deal, and if we're lucky, one day it'll be back here.
It could happen. Or just give us the Sunset Showcase. I know we couldn't take it today, but just give it back. Get Mickey's Philharmonic. I was there the day that they pulled the animatronics from Muppet Vision 3D. I mean, it was years afterwards, but I was there, and the rumor was they were pulling them to be used as parts out in Florida. And it was a sad day backstage. There were a lot of people that worked the Muppet show. I never actually worked the Muppet show. But like there were a lot of people that were bummed about it. And the Muppets are a staple. Now, were they a staple at Disney California Adventure? Again, they were hidden in the back corner. And I will die on the hill if they had the marquee that they have now at Sunset Showcase Theater, whatever it's called. I think the Muppets did better. I think they would have done better if you had but that's all Monday morning quarterbacking. Like,
well, it would have. I'd imagine it'd be something similar to what's there now, just to make it stand out more. But anytime you lose an attraction, everybody's gonna going to be bent out of shape about it for the most part, or not everybody, but those that loved it. It's going to happen every time something gets replaced. There's going to be the crowd that says, no, you can't get rid of that, but you have to. That is what progress is all about in these theme parks.
And it's going to start happening a lot more because, yes, I know they're doing Disneyland Forward. That's not that much property. At some point, they're going to start taking some of your favorites out. I mean, I do think that certain things are safe at Disneyland because of the heritage of it. But some things that you might think are safe might not be at some point. I know you all love your Mr. Toads, but 20 years from now, is Mr. Toad still there?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I mean, even if we look closer to the immediate future, like Monsters Inc., Mike and Sully to the Rescue, its days are numbered, right? And there's gonna be a huge crowd that's you can't get rid of it. It's going.
Yeah, we can. You want to see them again? Go to Florida. Isn't that the way this whole thing was supposed to do anyway? Different everywhere?
Yeah, the Hollywood backlot out here is going to look different.
It needs to.
Like
it needs to. It's not good. It's not good. And it's not, I mean, there's certain parts of the Disneyland Resort where I've looked at it and I'm like, this isn't the Disney I remember 20 years ago that like cared about things. Like, and I mean, we talk about it all the time, but the west side of downtown Disney for the last 10 years, I know it hasn't been 10, but like it's
getting there.
Like it's just
on
set
6
there, so there's certain things where I'm like, what are we doing now? Disneyland Forward's now in the mix, and there's going to be a lot of big things going on, and they've certainly started working on Downtown Disney. Lego got a white paint job as well, so everything has to be white in Downtown Disney now. But
let me, you mentioned the west side of Downtown Disney, and I think this goes for a lot of things, right? That whole west side was supposed to be redone in 2018, and it was supposed to have a new hotel, and things happened with the city and plans changed, and then that got scrapped. And when that got scrapped, there was no backup plan. That was the plan. It was voted on. It was supposed to go through, and then things changed on the company's end, and that led to the city being like, whoa, what are you changing? And that's why things get stuck like that for so long. You look at Monsters Inc. and what's coming to Hollywood studios. I don't know if you saw it or I saw something on social media, and I should probably look this up to properly attribute to who posted this. So I apologize.
Get the fact checkers out. Let's go.
Yeah, I know, right? But they zoomed into one of the concept art pieces for the door roller coaster. The artist who put up the rendering signed his name on it and put the year that he drew it, which was 2020. That was 4 years ago. You're not just going to pop up brand new plans after something gets scrapped. So that's why Downtown Disney ends up getting, stuck like that for as long as it did. And then there's temporary patchwork things that come through. Yeah. From a theme park perspective, I can't even imagine how many things have been like, this is what we're going to do. And then when they move down the line or they get to some legal thing and it's like, yeah, you can't do that. And then that's how you end up with areas like the back lot that just sit there. I'm not going to say it's rotting away because for the most part, they're taking care of it. They're just not able to put anything new in yet.
Well, and right? we talk about it all the time is not only do they have to design something amazing, they have to design something around an IP that they're praying that stays along. Like some IPs just are going to die out at some point. They can't just be like, oh, here's a new Pixar movie. Let's build around it. Because if they built a good dinosaur ride, they'd be out of money. Like, It's just like, they have to now you have Coco, and we've been told there's going to be a Coco ride. It's coming. That's going to be something that I think lasts long. But not every Pixar. I mean, it used to be that every Pixar thing was perfect. But I mean, Bugs Life came and went because you didn't keep making Bugs Life movies, and kids stopped remembering who the bugs were, and also the land was terrible anyway. So you really have to. There is a blend of great design and great IP, and I can't imagine the meetings of like, no, don't worry. And we talked about this with somebody. We'll mention it. We talked about it with Dustin. Are they thinking about Elio right now? Because Elio's supposed to be a really big movie. But what if it doesn't work?
What if it doesn't do well?
What if it's not good? Like,
I think that they are hoping it does well to put Elio into Tomorrowland. I really do. Because if you think about it, like, The last time Tomorrowland really got a giant overhaul was when the rocket rods came in. That was the last time a giant overhaul was done. That whole concept didn't work.
No.
And then they had to kind of revert back a bunch of things. And really the only thing they've done since is make Star Tours different.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's just
hold on. Star Wars Launch Bay. Very different. Very
and I guess Buzz too, because it replaced the Q area.
The Q rocket rods, yeah.
For rocket rods. But I mean, those aren't major overhauls. There was like one thing here and one thing here. So when was the last time there was like a futuristic movie that they thought could really help Tomorrowland itself? And don't say Tomorrowland because because that movie is the land. It's settler. Well, it's supposed to be the land itself. They weren't going to change the land based on that movie because it was live action. But like for animated purposes, we haven't seen anything that was really going to blow the minds of everybody. WALL-E was close. You can't do a whole land around that. You really can't make anything in there, even though I would have loved to have seen it. But at this point in time, too late. It's come and gone, right? So now here's the next one. Are they banking on it? And they certainly hope so. I mean, they didn't think Frozen would do as well as it did.
Nope. Frozen. I remember that. It was yesterday. The surprise that Frozen got is nuts. And you've got Moanas, you've got all these other things that are doing well, but you don't have a Tomorrowland concept that's doing well. Maybe Elio's the one, but again, maybe it's not. And that's the tough part of all this theme park design. I would love to talk to Mark Bricky again about all this. So like, how do you design something, but then also be like, okay, what if that IP doesn't work and stuff like that? So,
I would venture a guess, because I have no idea, that the Imagineers, whenever a new movie is being announced, they're already at work. Like, where can we put this? Let's drop an attraction, let's drop a show, let's drop some sort of experience. And then when the movie comes out, if it does great, you end up with Journey of Water, and if it doesn't, then it's like, no, what's the next one?
Yep.
Because we can't make 16 Toy Story Midway Manias for all the Toy Stories that are coming out.
But we've already got 3, so
I know. Well, I mean, in the same.
I know what you mean.
Same resort, but
I mean, we already have 3 at Disneyland Resort because you have Buzz, you have Spidey, and you have. I mean, I know that there are differences in that, but at some point, you got to stop playing the arcade game, like. Do new stuff. Anyway, this has been a very fun episode about the Muppets that just turned very serious, which is what you're going to get out of Drafting the Magic. So if you haven't listened to us yet, this is what we do. This is what we talk, and we love this place. I don't know. I feel like we've gone on long enough. Join us in the comments if you want to hear us talk more about how much we hate things and how much we love things and all the others. Right, Eric?
We say we're not news people, but my goodness, we're probably going to have to do more. We're going to have to do more of these on the side.
Well, there's just so much to do. There's so much to talk about, and there's so much to love about the Disney parks, and that's what we do here is we have fun with it. We hope you subscribe. If you haven't already, like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or wherever, give us that like and all that things too, and then go on social media. We play fun games on social media. And by the way, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow if you're listening to this the day it comes out. And if you're not listening to this the day it comes out, then I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, or I hope you had a terrible. I don't care that you had a Thanksgiving. It's in the past already at that point. I don't know where to go, Eric. Have a good day.
I have nothing to add. Bye.